What's I can't even do it. Oh my goodness, guys! I'm David Hawkins. That's kind of like Felicia Spencer. Podcast wise, they're gonna be like, "What is going on the audio side?" Visual, it was amazing. We're doing it with a StreamYard and Felicia's face in the background and her face. That was good. That was funny. That was worth the admission.
I had to. My face is like I'm trying to line up my face with my face. So
I'm making it. I'm deleting it. It's just you and I now. Look at that.
it's too distracting.
Oh my gosh. All right. UFC Vegas 50s this weekend. PFL Challenger Series also this weekend. A Bellator show. Felicia will be back in Orlando Friday night for PFL. That's kind of fun and intriguing. But Fee, there's like a lot I want to get into this card. Are you okay? Like I know we'll get to your lock pick. By the way, 6-1. You're like impossible to beat on your lock. The feed,
pretty good about it.
We need a winner. We need a winner on the Felicia Spencer phenomenal pick. We're coming this weekend. And then, of course,
I feel good about it.
Okay. And you can blow someone's mind that you can do your lock and your phenomenal pick as the same guy or girl. That would blow someone's mind.
I almost did, but I'm waiting for a special one, like a really special one, you know?
Okay, there we go. We'll get into the main event, and maybe you'll talk about it. But like I said, there's just a lot in this card, so I really want to jump into it, especially underdog-wise. This kind of start there with the phenomenal pick. Let me do this button, and then this button. There you go. Crazy. Bruno Silva's an underdog. Terrence McKinney's an underdog. AJ Fletcher's an underdog. It's Marlon Moraes is an underdog. The main event, Thiago Santos, is a humongous plus 400 underdog. So a lot of underdogs to get into. Maybe I jumped on it, or maybe you have another one. Hey, Fee, take it away.
Yeah, you haven't hit it yet. I was surprised that Khalil Roundtree was an underdog. So he's going to be he's a slight underdog, but he's still there. So he'll be fighting Carl Robertson. And I just feel like Khalil is just a slightly higher level. You know, I feel like his striking is just like, since he's been training in Thailand, it's just vicious, you know. So I'm excited to see that fight. I really feel like Khalil Roundtree is a really safe underdog pick for the week. So yeah, I'm just going for that one.
There we go. Out of those four, I said, did one kind of jump at you? Do you like Terrence McKinney short notice? He's on a great UFC run right now. Drew Dober's a little bit, 3 losses in a row. Bruno Silva versus Alex Pierre. It's like that's kind of like the one of the darling fights of the card. 2 absolute just sluggers are going at it. Marlon Moraes in the co-main event. Is anyone one of those jump out?
Yeah, Bruno and Alex Piella, or however you say his name. That one, I feel like fight of the night, or if you want to parlay, like that's going to end like a finish, maybe round 1 or round 2. You know, like that would be a good parlay, I think. If people don't recall, like however you say his name, Piella, the Brazilian. He beat Izzy twice in kickboxing, knocked him out, won a decision. So he's the guy that's coming up through the ranks. He's only like 4-1, but in MMA, but he's the one gunning for Izzy Adesanya. So that's a super interesting fight because both guys are just on their record as like knockout, you know, so it's really interesting.
And it's so funny. It happens all the time. And you know this, when you sometimes match those 2 guys up together, like this might go 15 minutes. Like this might be a grappling match. You never know, but I don't know. I'm intrigued. I think so too. I see it ending within the first round. I think Bruno Silva's getting overlooked. He's got 3 UFC wins in a row. He's a veteran, over 25 professional fights. I like Silva as an underdog. That's kind of one of my underdogs I like a lot. All right, let's go to your lock. Let's go to your lock pick. I want to hit the main event and maybe, fight Bananas family, Jillian the Savage Robertson's on this card. So I don't know if this matches up at all, but let's go with your Felicia Spencer's lock pick, UFC Vegas 50.
And you mentioned Jillian. I have to throw a shout out to her because I'm such a big fan of Jillian, and JJ is like a huge, it's a very challenging fight for both girls. So I frayed away from that just because it's such a hard fight for both. Even though I believe in Jillian to be able to win that fight, I'm going to make my lock pick a little bit safer as far as like betting odds go. So I'm picking Javid Basharat. I believe Basharat. Yeah. He's an Afghani fighter. He fights out of England. He won on the Contender Series, but he's looking at his record, his grappling, his ground and pound, his submission skills are just next level. So I feel like it's a pretty safe lock pick, and he's a slight favorite, so still room to make some money on it. He's I think a minus 145, so just a slight favorite in that one. He's fighting Trevin Jones. So again, great fighters, but I just think that the ground skills of Javid can overtake the fight. So
it's a great pick. It's one of my favorite picks in the whole card too, and I'm with you. I'm pretty sure he's undefeated. He doesn't have a loss on his
yeah,
record.
I think he's like 11-0. Yeah.
And it's
just smothering.
There's a difference there. There's a difference between like 4-0 and maybe being to the UFC just a tad early. He's 11-0. That's a lot of fights. Like that's a prime spot. I think he's a really legit contender. And Trevin Jones,
lots of
same thing.
submissions.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's.
I feel like Trevin Jones is a great fighter. He's just like down to throw down with anybody. Like if you look at his record, he's got losses, but it's against people who have usually more experience, or it's just like he's just one of those guys that'll just fight anybody, you know. So good for him taking the fight. I feel like Javid kind of is like someone that the people is with a little bit. Anyone recalls on the Contender Series, he got called bad names by his opponent, and then he went and choked him out. He got called a terrorist, you know, all this stuff. So it's kind of a big offensive thing. And I don't know if you guys can hear Fluffy crying for attention, but come on, Fluff. Come on.
Bring Fluff in.
Welcome to the show, big boy. Welcome.
Our numbers are like this right now. Fluffy's on camera.
And now Hermione's coming, but anyway, I feel like he'll be a pretty safe lock pick for if I had to put money on, that's who I'd put money on.
Okay, so I like that. Really good lock pick. One of my lock picks as well. Underdog with Roundtree, I like that as well. Okay, let me go real quick on the main event because I don't feel strong, but I just want sometimes I don't like how sometimes people can be overlooked. So Ankalaev, I know, absolute stud. Like everyone has him as a title contender really soon. I get it. 14-1, like 7-1 in the UFC. I get it. Like a stud. He's awesome. No offense, no disrespect this way. But Thiago Santos to be a plus 400 underdog is just so disrespectful to me. He won like 3 in a row to get the title shot against Jon Jones. If you ask 10 people in the MMA space, 7 or 8 will say Thiago Santos won that fight against Jon Jones, that he lost via split decision after tearing ACLs, right? Then takes him a year later, 16 months later, he gets a fight back in the UFC. Who does he fight? Fights Glover Teixeira, like bona fide UFC Hall of Famer, the UFC champ right now. Loses that fight. No sweat. You lose to Glover and Jon Jones. Then he fights a guy, Alexander Rakic, who same thing. Everyone has him and Yuri for the next 5 years battling out for the title. And then he just beat Johnny Walker. It's the disrespect of him being a plus 400 underdog is crazy. Am I off on this one? Do you see the odds being, or are you on my pay? What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like it would need to be a lot closer. It's a tough one because I feel like everyone's so high on like the Russian and just everyone from that area. Like if your last name ends with OV or EV, then you're automatically like way higher in the betting odds, you know. Sure. So I feel like that's just kind of the bias that people have right now with the betting. But yeah, Thiago, and he's got a baby about to be born. Like he's so motivated, I'm sure, to go and beat Glover and like be the champ, you know. So yeah, I feel like it would need to be a lot closer. I don't know who I would pick. I honestly don't have like a strong pick in this one, but I wouldn't be surprised if either guy won. I feel like Thiago is right. Like you said, being overlooked.
And I think Ankalaev, if you just say, hey, pick one side or the other, I think I would pick Ankalaev. But to me, at minus 600, he's so unbettable. There's no way I can put money on him. And like Thiago, I think I am going to put money on him just because I think it's a lot closer fight, and to put 100 to win 400 on Santos. That's something there. Like that's legit.
It's a good idea with the numbers.
There you go. I like Bruno Silva. I like Terrence McKinney. AJ Fletcher's a big underdog. Just had on the show this week. Marlon Moraes at plus 200 in the co-main. Jillian's only a minus 135. There's like a lot. Like last week it was hard. I didn't do so well on betting. This week I like a lot. I think this week, the kids' college education funds getting liquidated a little bit.
Well, good luck.
Thank you with that. So, okay.
Trade schools are great too, Trade schools are great.
Yeah. Dude, I think I think Todd might need someone to help on the roof, right? Like we need to get more roofers out there. That's what I feel like
roofers get paid way more than most college graduates. So
amen.
If you know what you're doing anyway.
Right.
Hard work though. Hard work.
That is true. That Florida sun will get to Todd sooner or later. But always the most popular segment of the week, Felicia Spencer, phenomenal pick. Hey, we can't wait. This wing challenge, we're doing this soon. I'm starting to practice. I got up to medium.
All right. Well, keep practicing. And we need to get suggestions. I feel like we don't have to do it on like chicken wings. I feel like we can do this hot sauce challenge on something else, something more unique. Maybe if the fans want to send some messages with some ideas. I'm thinking like Tostito scoops, just because it would be like a nice bowl for the sauce, but it might be a little dangerous with the scoops.
It might be. I'm
But yeah, I'd
win.
love to hear some fun ideas.
Yeah,
Maybe carrot sticks. I don't know.
We'll put it in. I'll put it in as a story. So we'll get some people to kind of chime in. I'm a wing guy, so I don't mind a wingage of heat, especially if I got blue cheese. I'm allowed to dip in, right?
All right. Well, we can go with the chicken wing. We should have a vote. Then.
We'll
Yeah.
go.
I'll go with whatever people want.
Yeah, we are the people's podcast, so we'll definitely do that. Hey, I like it. I like your lock pick a lot. You're the underdog pick. We need a win. I think Roundtree will get Felicia back in the winning ways, and we'll keep it rolling. So have fun Friday night, Orlando, Florida, PFL Challenger Series 4. It's a really good card. 8 really great fighters. The last card you and I were at it was amazing. It was bananas. The females just went to work. 3 amazing finishes, and then the one finish went 15 minutes. Was one of the best female fights I've ever seen. It was an unbelievable fight.
It really was one of the greatest fights. Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Felicia Spencer right there. I'm Dave Van Auken. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.